Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel, Beautiful Toy Reviews. Since my D23 Expo trip, I have not had a chance to film this doll that I got there, exclusively at that. If you haven't seen that video, I'll go ahead and put a link in the description, put a card up on the screen, top right corner. You can check it out if you haven't seen it yet. It's a highlights from the trip. I went all 3 days. For those who don't know what D23 is, it is a Disney fan club event. You don't have to be a member to go. It's held every 2 years at the big Anaheim Convention Center, right across from the Disneyland Resort, actually. So it's really close. And so after it's over, you can just head on over and visit the parks. In that video, I am actually in line. I got up real early in the morning. This was actually on day 2 that they announced. They actually announced that sometime on day 1 that Ariel was going to be released and Vanessa, so the D23 exclusive dolls. So if you don't get it there, you have to get it secondhand, like off of eBay or something. So they don't tell fans ahead of time when dolls are going to be released. I took my chance. I didn't think she was going to be released on Friday. That's day 1. Besides, I had a ceremony, the Disney Legends ceremony I wanted to attend, and I kind of figured she would be released on Saturday anyway. I actually had to get up even earlier on the second day because of the lines. There was some craziness that went on to get this doll and Vanessa and other merchandise that was being released. You don't see too much of it, really. It's in the video because when there's a bunch of people crowding around you, you don't think to go and record. you don't. You're too busy trying to stay with your group, not get squished. When they opened the doors at 9 a.m., there were 2 different doorways. There was first doorway and the second doorway. I was in the first one. My group, we were well behaved. They tell us no running or shoving. And so we're kind of maybe speed walking a little bit. You see a little bit of that in the video. But then when I look to my left as we're heading over to the Disney store, I hear a bunch of shouting, and I look to my left and I see the second group from the second doorway, and security's literally holding them back. And when they release them, they say, no running, no shoving. And literally, as soon as security released them, they actually started running past and actually mingling in with my group. There were no serious injuries that I'm aware of, thanks to Disney security. They're on top of all that stuff. Once we got into the line for the Disney store, things got calmed down. They didn't just release everybody, but it was the building to get to the Disney store was when the craziness happened. But once we were in line, we were all safe. Now, with all that being said, onto the doll. Let's start with the style of the box. A lot of people are not a fan of this. This style of box is what they use for the live action dolls. I'm okay with it. I can see why some people may not like it if you don't like that style. My opinion is I think you can just stay with the style of box for that genre. So for live action ones, keep the style of boxes that way. For the animated ones, just keep it separate. Keep it the same. But it's still a beautiful box. We'll go ahead and get a close-up here. So the first thing you'll notice if you see the difference between a live action version and a animated style box is that the live action ones have the handle on the top. These dolls came out in celebration of the 30th anniversary of the Little Mermaid. And look at the front. When I pulled this doll out at the expo, some people took pictures of it. She is one of 1,000. And this Mickey head over here lets you know that she is a D23 exclusive. And of course the year, 2019. The seahorses and shells are a nice touch. And the color of choice for the background. I'm not a big fan of this ribbon tie in the back because it blocks the words. But I don't speak French anyway, so that doesn't really bother me. So you have the English and then the French, but it's okay. It's just different. I like how the purple blends into the gold. That's nice. Since she is a D23 exclusive, instead of $130 these limited edition dolls run for, she was $160. If you take the frame out, the plastic cover has this design that the frame has. So it still has the 30th anniversary symbol and of course her name. Another thing I got was this pin collection. If you know anything about me, I am a big Disney pin collector. This is also an Expo exclusive. Not everything at the Expo is, or was, exclusive. There's some stuff you can get outside, like after it's over. But these, look how cute these are. You have to really limit yourself when you're shopping at D23. There's so much stuff. Look at this, $80 for that. Pricey, but if you have a budget, you kind of know what you're going to spend. I was planning on getting her ahead of time, so my budget included her and maybe some pins. So this is all within what I was expecting. You can see the right choice of background they chose. She wears this dress in the dinner scene with Prince Eric. I love her face, the details of her jewelry. Her comb has 3 rhinestones. Necklace has 1. I do not regret at all getting up at 2 a.m. in the morning. Why so early? Well, because the convention allows overnight campers. That's why. I can't wait to take her out of the box. I am a deboxer. You just can't fully see the doll unless you take her out of the box. For one thing, you can't really see her shoes. Her certificate of authenticity. She is 381 of 1,000. She is on her stand right now, so it makes it easier to do this turnaround. Alright, this is my favorite part. I get to freely turn her around and show you the close-up of the details. Of course, she actually in the film has 2 combs on both sides, but since this is a doll, a collectible doll at that, they change it up, make it different. So gorgeous. She's got rhinestones on her puffy sleeves. It was so wonderful to see the voice of Ariel, Jodie Benson, at the Little Mermaid celebration on the 3rd day. And actually, I was sitting 2 or 3 rows right behind her husband. I didn't even know it was him until during the show, she pointed him out. And he stood up. It's like, oh, he's right there. He's so close. Got the bows. Folds. I like that sweeping motion. Just comes all the way around. So soft. Of course, the gorgeous red hair. As with any limited edition doll, she is fully posable. So her head moves. Does her waist turn? Yes, it does. Look at the position of her hands. This is not usual, how they bend the thumb like that, but I like it because, as you saw in the box, she's folding her hands. Very different. I also like this kind of a fan look. She's got 2 layers. Look at her shoes. I'm not sure why they didn't put any of the pointy part on the back of the heel, because she wears heels in the film. I don't know why they didn't include that. This reminds me of the Briar Rose one. They did the same thing to her. Of course, she wears, well, she's barefoot, but either give her heels or give her flats. But this is kind of odd how they didn't give her heels. Well, anyway, that's just a minor, it's a minor problem. You can't really see it, really. And also, at the expo, I got to meet a lot of doll collectors that I follow. So, if any of you guys are watching, it was great meeting you. Great, it's nice to see and meet fellow collectors that have the same passions that you do. Just look how beautiful she is. I'm very happy I got her. I was tired, but I was awake, so I wasn't like groggy all day. So don't worry, guys. I had plenty of energy. I still made it all 3 days. I got up early for every single day for shows, and of course the Saturday with to get her. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Yeah. I'm very happy I got her. And if you want to get her, you know, the regular price, you know, she was originally $160. If you can get something close to that on eBay, you got a good deal. There will be more Ariel dolls released this year because of the 30th anniversary. Those will be available to the rest of the public. There'll be the Prince Eric and Ariel wedding doll set, Ariel in her mermaid form, and Vanessa. That one is going to be a little bit different than the Expo version of her. Like, she's not going to have the cape and like no head pin or something. Minor details. The best part is the gold trim. It really glows. And the white part, of course. White is always the best color that glows in this light. Well, thank you everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did like it, please hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Liking the video helps, commenting, sharing it out. If you want to be a regular donor and want to help the channel out more, I have a Patreon page. The link is in the description below. Any amount is greatly appreciated. It helps the channel. It helps me produce better videos for you, so we can keep growing and improving the channel. Let me know your thoughts. I'd love to hear it. Were you at the D23? Did you get your doll? Were you part of the massive craziness that happened? Let me know. And do you plan on getting this doll if you don't have one? I'd love to hear it. Take care, guys.